It's not often you meet people who are willing to take a risk to help a stranger who needs it. Although the heroes from our video don't wear cool costumes, they are definitely not inferior to superheroes from comics. This mountaineer set out to conquer Everest, hoping to get his share of adrenaline, but did not expect to fall into a crevice with the likelihood of staying there forever being pretty high. He was quite lucky that a fearless superhero set out to save him, risking his own life. Nighttime can be very dangerous, especially for a young girl walking alone in the streets.
What happened? Stop.
Help me.
Stop. Mate, no hands. She's my girlfriend, okay, mate?
No hands.
Okay, mate? Please, pass through. You can go, okay? Go, please, go.
Okay.
It's scary to think what would have happened to this girl if it weren't for the biker who saved her from a terrible person.
Don't worry, everything's fine.
The cameraman here is a true pro. Not only did he flawlessly save the boy, but he also captured the most exciting moment. A man dangled from rescue ropes over a crevice, but the team came to his aid quickly and efficiently.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Okay, relax now.
Thanks.
Oh, man.
Due to the river's strong current, this kayaker lost his balance and fought the water with all his might until his friends finally saved him.
Hit it! Come on, Cody! Break my legs! Come on, Cody! Come on! Yeah! Yeah, bud!
How many of us actually pay attention to other people's wheels on the road? This biker not only noticed a fire and made the driver pull over, but also helped put out the fire. If you're skiing, be extra careful unless you're sure someone will catch you just like this. Everyone's heart stopped when this guy put himself in front of a train to save a dog at the station. Over the holiday weekend, this girl found herself in a very unexpected place, right in the cold, choppy waters of Bridlington Harbor. Thankfully, passers-by quickly threw her a life ring and, working together, pulled her back to shore. The bus driver switched to a higher gear to catch up with the out-of-control water delivery vehicle. On June 24, 2017, a tourist was swept away from the Emerald Pools and got stuck in the middle of the river near a 45-foot wall. His only hope was a rock, but the clock was ticking while he was without water, food, and under the scorching sun. Look at this impressive teamwork of rescuers and pilots. Later, they were awarded the Higgins and Langley Memorial Award, which is awarded to crews for preparedness, teamwork, and performance in extreme conditions. In Brazil, an old man found himself trapped in his own home due to flooding, and everything could have ended very badly if it weren't for these two heroes. While many of us are scared of house spiders, this 11-year-old girl saved a shark stuck between rocks with her bare hands.
job.
Despite the rivalry, this guy helped an opposing player who had injured his ankle. Some guys didn't just drive by when they saw a man with only one leg that had fallen out of his wheelchair.
I didn't think I'd have to deal with this today, but I show up to work and there's a baby moose.
Police officers save a baby moose while its mom watches and waits. And finally, a girl didn't hesitate to jump into a drainage ditch when 2 of her lambs were swept away.
Well, Clarice, have the lambs stopped screaming?
We know that children often consider superheroes to be fictional characters. But for this boy on a bike, an ordinary passerby just became a superhero. He might print a poster with his photo and hang it above his head. For the biker, it took only a minute of his time, but this was such a good deed.
Hey, you need some help? Sir? You need some help?
I'm so sorry. Your garage is on fire. Go, get over there.
The homeowners were watching TV while their 8 children were fast asleep, and none of them suspected that their house was on fire. If it were not for this woman who happened to notice the smoke and save the family. As a result, 10 people were unharmed, and now they have a new relative named Moss. The van driver noticed a driver on the roadside who needed help and did not hesitate for a minute. If he doesn't get the Man of the Year award, I'll be upset. We'll definitely celebrate a second birthday thanks to his friend who pulled him out of trouble. Here's another incredible mountain rescue. A skier fell into a crevice after his friend skied over him, covering him in snow.
Ah! Aide-moi!
Unable to get out due to a torn knee ligament, he was finally saved by rescuers who arrived just in time with a helicopter. This dog was so worried about his owner that he went to check for himself that everything would be okay. Still doubting that dogs are man's best friend? This surgeon deserves applause. He operates on fearless little superheroes and princesses. A fantastic way to keep kids in high spirits. Imagine how heroic the vet must have seemed to the boys when he released their healthy dog from the clinic. For a raccoon that suddenly started choking, this guy's quick action was the only way he could survive.
Upward motion. There you go. There it is. Let's take it. Let's go. You're making it down.
In Congo, people mine without any protection or safety measures. Their only hope is for heroes like this. This man saved an entire crew just seconds before a collapse. But heroes often show up when all hope seems lost. After a heavy snowfall in Louisiana, a woman got stuck in a ditch. She couldn't get out for half an hour until a group of guys stepped in and pulled her truck out. A girl got caught in a crevice at the edge of a cliff, and a whole group of people rushed to save her. A special shout out to the man who made sure she didn't fall, even though he had no safety gear himself. People noticed a turtle trapped in a fishing device that's banned in many marine zones. Luckily, this story had a happy ending, but how many other animals suffer from human ignorance? A man in a wheelchair got stuck on the tracks as the barrier came down, and just look at how many people jumped in to help him. Not many would dare to break up a fight between two eagles, but this woman bravely stepped in. The less injured eagle was released immediately, but the other one had an eye injury and needed time to heal. In China, city management and police officers helped elderly watermelon sellers find a stall and assisted with loading their goods. These are not just rescuers, but true gentlemen. Here's another example that shows police officers can be very kind people. One day, a man helped a fawn, and little did he know that from that moment on, a long friendship and regular visits as a thank you would begin. Residents left their windows open for ventilation and went away, leaving a poor cat stuck. It was loudly calling for help, and thank goodness the rescuers arrived in time. It doesn't take much to be a hero. This guy couldn't ignore an elderly woman stuck in the middle of a busy road. For kids in the hospital, any positive emotions are important. And what could be more uplifting than superheroes washing your windows? And here's another heroic rescue. A girl saved from a flooded car. People noticed a small struggling figure several dozen meters from their boat. It turned out to be a fawn drowning, and they had to act very quickly. Chad Wallace didn't hesitate to dive into the cold water. He quickly covered the distance and pulled the animal to safety. Even a round of applause seems too little for what he did. A downpour is a great chance to test people's compassion. The driver of a black SUV certainly passed this test when he saved a girl. A girl figured out a way to give a raccoon a drink during the heat. When you're an excavator operator and, at the same time, a superhero. These brave boaters not only saved the man, but his boat, too. An athlete named Kevin Sinfield carried his former teammate across the marathon finish line. But first, he pushed himself over 26 miles in a wheelchair. A true example of friendship and a deeply touching gesture. Here, a man in an electric wheelchair gives a lift to another man in a manual wheelchair.
All right, man.
This is a hell of a ride, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love this, man. Thank you so much.
Out in the wild. I gotta help him out.
Hell yes, dude.
Hell yeah.
All right, man, dude.
Crazy.
This poor cow wouldn't have escaped the mud without these kind people who couldn't ignore an animal in need. Now she's free to live her best cow life. Did you see how effortlessly she did it? It seems like this girl rescues 5 sheep like this every day. What strength! It looks like he's been waiting his whole life for this moment. Unfortunately, the strong man didn't get there in time to save the police car, but it took a bit more manpower and they managed to pull it out. Way to go. When people were putting up Halloween decorations, they probably didn't think about the safety of moose in their area. Good thing the residents decided to fix the situation, and the moose even thanked them.
Here you go, buddy. He says, thanks, guys. Oh, he's sniffing your hand.
A moment for those who still doubt the existence of good people. And the guys who rescue animals during natural disasters deserve special respect. And these heroes wear sports jerseys. Every cat deserves care like this. The guy was almost blown away by Hurricane Eunice, but the driver didn't hesitate to pick him up and take him home. Instead of quickly leaving the cold water for a dry and warm place, the man stayed to pull out strangers trapped in a car. This boy heroically rescued his dog from a pack of feral dogs.
Getting a lot closer to get you.
A cat got stuck in a small crack between 2 walls and was begging for help. They had to break down one of the walls to get the poor animal out.
Okay, here we go. Video, here we go. So happy.
And sometimes even the tiniest creatures need help. This Ukrainian soldier risked his life to evacuate a hamster left in a village that was hit with missiles. This is why we need traffic police. This man freed an owl tangled up in a net. The bird's expression really conveys how happy it is. The school bus driver got off the bus to walk the blind girl home. This Ukrainian soldier fed the dog that must have been left without owners due to the ongoing war. Watch how grateful it is for his kindness. This is what real friends are for. This truck driver saved a family from a car caught in a flood. The man got out in the nick of time before the car was swept away by the water. Sometimes you gotta learn to fly to clinch the victory. This guy leapt through the finish line, beating his competition by a fraction of a second. This man is rescuing his dog, left on a sailboat during Hurricane Ian, reaching 40 miles per hour. Tourists noticed a dolphin stuck in shallow water, so they released it back to the open sea.
Thank you for showing me.
The goat mom beckoned a person to come in order to rescue her kids from a hole.
Come here, baby. Oh. Come here, baby. Come here, baby.
Okay, it's a beautiful crab, but look at this barnacle right here.
These fishermen found a crab with a barnacle attached to its mouth and helped the animal get rid of the uninvited guest. They even gave the crab some fish.
Yeah, we roll.
A touching moment when the policeman is entertaining a baby whose mother was hurt to distract him. This boy always dreamt of being on the field, and player Diggs made his dream come true. This girl was ahead in points, but sustained an injury. Her competition did not take advantage of the situation. On the contrary, she helped the injured athlete stay victorious. These men spotted a woman stranded in her car as she was being swept away by floodwaters. They immediately jumped into action.
Ready to get him on the boat?
These guys caught a huge turtle that was tangled in netting with sharp branches. They freed the animal and released it back into the water.
Oh yeah, look at him go.
If that mattress would be just an inch or two to the left, this biker would have had a very bad day. Now that's what I'd call a case of lucky spotting. These passionate people hired 100 people to clear the plastic from a river and a forest in Bali. Just think about it. In 2 months, they have collectively gathered 150 tons of plastic. Perhaps, thanks to people like this, our planet still has a chance? During an earthquake, this schoolboy was less concerned about his own safety and instead stopped to help his classmate who has to use crutches. These people are being rescued from the underside of a rock face where they ended up due to stormy seas. All because they were swimming in a place they weren't supposed to. Ours shield a motorcyclist from a typhoon. With elite aerodynamic protection like that, no hurricane would be too scary. With such a wonderful granddaughter, this grandma doesn't need to worry about who will bring her a glass of water in the future. More than a dozen people came together to help a girl find her lost earring. This is a real reason to believe in humanity.
This is... I love humans so much sometimes. There's currently 13 people looking for an earring. And if that doesn't restore your faith in humanity, I don't know what will.
This failed thief lost his loot thanks to these brave people, who kindly let him go afterward. Still, this is surely a humiliating moment in his life. This unlucky guy didn't manage to escape the scene of the crime. This woman deserves a raise at the very least. Such impressive bravery. That snake didn't see that coming. Grandma 1, Cobra 0. A dog owner left her pet in a scorching car and went to the beach. A police officer freed the poor pit bull and made sure it was well hydrated.
Good boy. Good girl. Oh, that's a good girl. Stay here. Hold on.
There you go. I think whatever stuff is down here is getting a little wet. Are you okay with that?
The kitten was terrified, but the police returned it to safety to its owner. Thanks to rescuers, people finally ended their unexpected adventure between floors and made it back to freedom. A volunteer at a soccer club passed out right on the field, so a whole helicopter was dispatched for him. The doctors were welcomed with applause. True heroes in action.
It's gonna crash land. Oh, what's it doing?
Hey, check this out. The sea is so eager to get rid of people that it helps the lifeguard pull this poor guy out. This Olympic athlete dragged a 220-pound teammate into the sled with just one hand.
It was a really, really good start until...
Forward for Fraser, and the flag stays down, and Ryan Fraser with a chance, and James...
You don't have to be a goalkeeper to kick the ball away from the net.
Fraser, and the flag stays down, and Ryan Fraser...
Helping a deer is noble, but dangerous. Thankfully, it didn't get stuck again immediately after being freed. This pig nearly drowned during Hurricane Ian, but the rescue team got there just in time. This guy noticed a strange bag in the river. When he opened it up, he learned that this was a result of someone being extremely cruel. The puppy was barely breathing, but thankfully they managed to bring the poor animal back to life, and now it's safe and sound.
Overcooks. Oh! Crash of the white jersey.
This guy is a great example that you should not give up until the very end. The ambulance was stuck on the field, but the team was quick to help. This race driver accidentally crashed into one of his opponents and stopped to help him. elderly veteran didn't hesitate for a second before jumping into the water to save a drowning man.
And who was fishing nearby noticed the struggling swimmer and, without hesitation, immediately jumped into the water and swam towards him. With the help of a bystander on the shore, the veteran successfully rescued the man. After resting for about
6个5当过兵，还是有那种救死扶伤，为人民服务。这种精神。
The excavator driver probably trained his whole life on claw machines for this moment. During a flood, rescuers saved the remaining animals from a house, carefully passing each one from hand to hand to ensure not a single tail got wet.
Dada kayo ah. Oh, yung isa, alam niyo na, corgi. Oh, mas mabait yun.
This clip has two heroes, the man who decided to save the poor kitten and the kitten itself who overcame its fear to survive. The important thing is, it's safe now, with a cute kitten moment at the end. Just imagine what might have happened if the man hadn't reacted so quickly. A construction worker saved a frog from becoming part of a future building and released it back into the wild to recover from the scare. Well, now we know you don't have to order a taxi. Just hop onto a random person's scooter.
But this is what life is about. Thank you.
Of course it is.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna walk it.
There we go.
Straight ahead.
We're nearly there. We're nearly where you need to be.
This guy didn't hesitate. He helped out and continued on his way.
Good man, good man.
I'm sure this gesture warmed the boy's heart as much as his body. People came together en masse to adopt dogs from a shelter to give them more secure shelter during a hurricane. This might be the cutest thing you'll see today. This guy is literally risking his life for this tiny little kitten. Look at how he's balancing. Thanks to his sharp eyes, a paraglider noticed a woman who desperately needed help. She almost drowned when her car ended up in the canal after an accident.
Deja tu mano izquierda, déjalo, mano izquierda, déjala.
Ahora sí,
Eso. Eso.
Mira, el carro está ahí, tranquilo.
A Ukrainian soldier saved a bird that got caught on a line and helped it recover.
Вона ще жива, оказується. Давайте, жива, все нормально було. О, понеслась. Ну все, хай тут поживе, да?
Now it has to be his lucky charm. A Paralympian put helping a fallen guy who really needed it above his own victory. A truly selfless act. What could be more heartwarming than meeting your childhood hero? Now that's a first-class bus. We need more drivers like him.
You better be careful.
Making people happy is part of every barber's job, but this one went above and beyond by giving a little girl back her hair after a terrible accident. True gentlemen. They've definitely raised the bar for all men. I wonder if helping other motorcyclists keep their balance is in the patrol officer's job description. Oops, you're not looking so cool now, buddy.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Oh.
A father found out that his daughter became his kidney donor, which she kept secret for 8 months. Everything you need to know about the bond between a father and his daughter. A kayaker heard a cry for help, and it turned out to be a 6-year-old child carried away by the current. He saved him and returned him to his father.
Are you gonna be able to make it in the shore? You need some help? Okay. I know, just calm down. Just calm down.
I gotta get to my dad.
Calm down. Just hold on a second.
I need to get to my dad.
Okay, but I'm gonna bring you over to land, okay? Just calm down, you're on my boat. You don't have to worry about the current taking you out. Can you do that for me?
Yes.
You're strong, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so I just need to be strong for a few more seconds.
Alright.
Yeah, you can do it. You've been swimming in the current for so long. Yeah. Hi, do you have any towels on him? His dad left him stranded out in the middle of the river. And he's saying he's feeling cold. I was just somebody that was fishing, but I want to make sure that he's fine. Then we're gonna call 911.
911?
Yeah, we gotta make sure you're doing okay so you don't have hypothermia or something like that, Sydney. Yeah. David.
Very pleased to meet you.
Yep.
Once again, thank you. We might be seeing each other again.
Do insurance agents really have this kind of heroic reflex, or are they just well trained? And if we're talking about quick reflexes, check this out.
Tomaszewski and Hess are out. And that was a very brave.
What started as a failed trick turned into an epic rescue of a girl. He's got great reflexes. These guys crossed the last few meters together, showing us that teamwork is way cooler than competition. An ultramarathoner named Boas ran from Amsterdam to Kyiv, 2,500 kilometers in 50 days, to raise funds for ambulances for Ukraine. Instead of quickly leaving the cold water for a dry and warm place, the man stayed to pull out strangers trapped in a car.
dog. What are you doing, bro? It's cool. I know him.
No, I don't know him.
Seriously, what's wrong with you, bro? I didn't do anything. Bro, whoa. Dog, what the hell are you doing, bro? You know that?
I know, I have no idea.
I'm calling the cops. What? Dude, you're all over her and touching her like a freaking weirdo, dog. Are you sick, bro?
At the Olympic Games opening ceremony, paralyzed tennis player Kevin Peete carried the Olympic flame through Paris in a robotic exoskeleton that helped him walk after 11 years of paralysis. Despite the accident, the 36-year-old Peete continued playing tennis and became the face of the company that produces exoskeletons, giving people the ability to move. And this runner, in spite of his own thirst, was kind enough to help his competition.
Sporting, absolutely sporting.
These guys didn't mind helping a driver whose car was stalled. They did a good deed and had fun, too. If you're going to have friends, only have ones like this. It's really hard for blind people in heavy traffic. It's a good thing that there are people like this kind driver.
All I was saying is your baby's like, what's
Don't
that?
touch the baby, dude. Don't touch the baby.
I just wanted to tell the baby to
Get out of the baby. Get out of the elevator.
What do you mean?
The protesters forgot about all their grievances and made way when they saw the ambulance. An aggressive guy attacked an elderly driver and thought he could continue to bully him with impunity. But in the end, he had to deal with a strong opponent on a bike.
Tu le laisses tranquille, t'as vu son âge, t'as vu ton âge, t'as vu son âge. Casse-toi. T'es malade, tu te casses. Ça va, monsieur? Thank you.
A blind old man chose the right bus because the driver was an incredibly kind person. He didn't go any further until he personally made sure that his passenger was safe. Preventing crime is almost as easy as streaming. The streamer noticed that something wasn't right between this couple and played along, pretending he knew the girl.
Hi. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good to see you. It's alright. Have a good night, man.
As a result, he saved her from a guy who was bothering her.
Yeah, fine. See you, man. Okay. See you. Have a good night. No problem. You're welcome.
I'm very afraid of
Are
Good bikers are not those who only care about their appearance, but those who pay attention to what is happening on the road and ideally are ready to help. Like this guy did when he stopped and ran to save a girl who got into a car accident.
Relax. Can you unlock the doors? Do the back door. Relax. Do the back door. Unlock the back door. There we go. Relax. You're okay. You're okay. Relax. Sit down. It's okay.
Just try to relax. Lay down on your back. You want to sit up on that wall and calm him? Come on, let's sit up against that. We're going to put your back against that. You good though. Let's calm you down.
Tourists noticed a dolphin stuck in shallow water, so they released it back to the open sea. While many people didn't even notice another person's struggle, this man left his coffee with his kids and came to the rescue. A little rabbit got scared of a lawnmower and fell into a lake, but a kind woman didn't leave it in trouble. She performed CPR and brought it back to life. A car almost sank in a flood, but a stranger quickly took control of the situation. He confidently extended his hand to the girl and pulled her out despite the growing danger, not giving up until they were both safe. And this guy doesn't need to run or jump to be a hero. He commentates on everything happening in a soccer match for his blind friend. A cement truck driver saved a girl who was trapped in a hopeless situation because of a flood. How did they even manage to get into places like this? Huge respect to this kind mechanic. It's terrible that anyone could do this to helpless creatures. These kittens were lucky to have caring people come to their rescue.
Bon, j'y crois pas, quoi. Oh. Maintenant, il est mort, ça. Ça va. Oh, merde. Écoutez, je vous laisse. Je vous donnerai des news. Moi, je vais chercher du lait. Allez.
This cute little creature was literally saved from the brink of death. This family, faith in their rescuers was likely all they had left after the hurricane devastated their home. Animals have it rough during natural disasters too. Just look at what some had to go through. This guy is helping a snake that tried to climb through a hole that turned out to be too small for it. These firefighters pulled a cat out of a burning house, and now the rescue team is trying to bring it back to life using an oxygen mask. This woman had completely exhausted herself during a marathon, but her keen desire to cross the finish line and the support from the crowd made Yvonne Gedich reach her destination. This man decided to free the wolf even though the animal tried to bite him several times. But at least it looks like the wolf felt bad once it was rescued.
Goodbye.
This cat was hopelessly trying to climb out of the water. It was very lucky that there were people passing by at that very moment. Looks like the kid's stuck in a school bus but got a new superhero. And this time, it's not from a cartoon, but a real-life one. Just look at this 1940s themed celebration held for a World War II veteran's 111th birthday. A fitting tribute for a true hero. A young boy was staring sadly at shop windows, knowing he could never afford those Nike sneakers. A kind stranger noticed this, went into the store with him, and bought not only the shoes but also clothes from his favorite brand. No wonder kids believe in kind-hearted wizards. They really do exist. When these guys heard their cousin went missing while diving, they immediately rushed to search for him at the last known coordinates. The Coast Guard had been searching for 2 hours, but they found him in just a few minutes. The players of the Kalmar team found a simple yet incredibly meaningful way to support their teammate Marcus Herman in his battle for cancer. On top of that, they organized a fundraiser for him. A girl found a small boy alone in the center of London who didn't speak English. She decided to go into a store, hoping to find his mom there, and she was right.
Where did you find him? Thank you.
Well, he was in the middle of the street there. Yeah.
Come on, we gotta save it.
Watching this guy in action, there's only one word that comes to mind: bravo. If you have friends like this teenager, consider yourself a lucky person. The Itajaí Valley in southern Brazil often suffers from floods. Just look at the situation people found themselves in after another heavy rain. What would they have done without the brave helicopter rescuers? People noticed a kangaroo stuck in a fence, so exhausted that it could barely move. They freed it, gave it water, and it finally came to its senses. It was ready to leave, but stayed near its rescuers, as if to say, thank you.
Okay, buddy.
A girl found herself stuck in a flooded car in the middle of a deep puddle, but fortunately, the hero was already nearby. Just a bit more, and she was saved. This guy caught the horse so perfectly, it was like he had superpowers. A child started to drown, and his father, who couldn't swim, was the first to jump in to save him, followed by strangers. And now you can see the heroic rescue of a Turkish girl who was trapped under rubble after an earthquake. And here's a guy who, while staying dry in his car, cared about a passerby getting drenched in heavy rain. A man saved a raccoon from a pool and got a pleasant bonus in the form of the raccoon's affection. A skunk got into trouble when its head got hopelessly stuck in a cup. No one dared to help it, but this hero managed without even needing a gas mask. This man found a gecko stuck to packaging tape and very gently freed the reptile. This bald eagle accidentally kicked its eaglet out of the nest as it was leaving. Thankfully, it was caught on camera by researchers who immediately set off to rescue the baby bird. This guy jumped out of his truck to catch a wheel before an accident happened and managed to catch it a fraction of an inch away from the motorcycle. Another great way to use an excavator. A delivery man wasn't feeling well because of the extreme heat, but thankfully an elderly woman noticed, and just look at how professionally she took care of him. First, giving him a glass of water, then feeding him watermelon to boost his sugar levels. I feel so bad for the little bear who found himself in such a tough situation. How lucky he was to meet such a kind and brave girl.
There you go. You're okay. You're okay.
a baby sloth was found on the ground exhausted and covered in ticks. First, veterinarians nursed him back to health, then reunited him with his mom.
Are you stuck? Oh, you poor thing.
A farmer didn't mind straining his back to help his cow that had gotten into trouble.
Huh? Okay.
These guys built 180 such barriers to prevent plastic from entering the ocean. World-class heroes.
I mean, I love our chances. You know, it's been
Evan Longoria has amazing reflexes. Although many say this video is fake. What do you think? This race driver came off the track when he saw that one of his opponents was in trouble.
Go, look. Yeah, go. Go! You okay? Yeah, hold on to the car.
This little fan hugged his idol, but he didn't even seem to notice. But when he realized what happened,
Here's our fan. Please one photo with him. Hello. Yeah. Thank you.
this bird swallowed an entire plastic bottle and would have been dead if it weren't for this person who managed to extract it. Yet another argument against using plastic. A man wanted to go for a swim in the Ganges River, but the flow was too strong. The man was saved by a brave police officer who wasn't deterred by the water. It took a whole lot of effort to get the swimmer out. Hearing the cries of a drowning woman, this elderly man immediately jumped into the water to help her. Turns out, he was a swim club chairman. A man stopped this pocket picker, and then a woman with a pretty good chokehold took over to punish the thief. This thief is having a bad day.
Swiper, no swiping! Oh, man!
Swimming in a lake, river, or ocean waves is very different from swimming in a pool. In natural environments, we expose ourselves to greater risks, and among them is the undertow, which swimmers often underestimate. Like these two teenagers who were learning to surf and were suddenly getting carried away into the open ocean. Panicking, the guy used the girl as a buoy to avoid drowning, and everything could have ended very badly if not for the instructor who noticed them in time and pulled them ashore. Usually a surfboard is not intended for saving lives, but this time it turned out exactly like that. Swimmers were drowning because a sudden hurricane caused huge waves that they could not cope with. Don't forget about your safety when on vacation. This thief thought he could steal a bike from a woman's house with impunity. But he encountered real superheroes in the form of workers. While the driver of the white car ignored the elderly woman who needed help, the driver of the black vehicle acted like a real man. In case someone still doesn't get why firefighters are considered heroes. Who said superheroes have to wear capes? For example, these Sikh superheroes wear turbans, which they used as ropes to pull two tourists out of a waterfall in Canada. This dog's guardian angel has a mustache and walks upright. Here's what a true gentleman looks like. And that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss more amazing videos.